Alright, I'm gonna do this the smart way. I'm gonna wait until I get on the highway and then start talking. So a couple weeks ago I made a comment to my brother that most of my book review Mondays were me reviewing books that I had read and enjoyed. And this wasn't arbitrary on my part, I just genuinely enjoyed the books that I happened to have read that week. Today's book review Monday, on Tuesday, is a book that I didn't really enjoy so much. Today I will be reviewing 2 to the 5th by Xanth. And really I'm going to be reviewing an entire series of books, not just this particular one. So I have to do an explanation. I always have to do an explanation. So broadly speaking, when you're talking about a series of books, you're talking about one of three different categories. First, there's the planned series. The series that is completely mapped out from beginning to end. All the loose ends are thought of and tied up, and there's an overarching storyline through the whole thing, like the Harry Potter series. Second is what I call the accidental series, and this is where the author writes a book, intending it to stand on its own, but then for whatever reason, either because he or she gets more ideas with this particular plot or characters, or fans demand it, or whatever, they plan out a series based on that book. And so essentially that series would be in 2 parts. You have the original novel, which would stand by itself, since that's what it was originally intended to do, and you have the remainder of the series, the remaining 2, 3, or 4 books of the series, which were all planned out afterwards. Then you have the sitcom series, the episodic series. This is again where the author writes a book, or even an initial series of books, and then popular demand demands that he write more books. And each of these books is its own story, and it stands on its own, like an episode in a sitcom. This is the Xanth series. The Xanth series started out as a trilogy. In fact, it's still called the Xanth trilogy. And a couple of weeks ago, actually on the same day that Paper Towns was released, the 32nd Xanth novel was published. So what's wrong with this? Absolutely nothing, to a point. See, the difference between sitcoms and books is that sitcoms have staffs of several writers. And so if one writer runs out of ideas, the other writers are there to pick up the slack for them. And they can continue coming up with good ideas for episodes for a good 9, 10, 11 years. Things are not so simple with books. Books typically only have one author. And when that one author's imagination well runs dry, then you have a slight problem. So when the Xanth series first began, the stories were quite good. Xanth is an excellent writer. However, as we get later and later into the Xanth series, it becomes more and more apparent that the well is starting to run dry. So basically, he's gotten into the habit of cranking out formula novels. Right around Xanth 24 or 25, the stories all started to kind of sound alike. Xanth 32 has some good moments, and in general, it's got a pretty good story. But it waits a little bit too long to really move the plot forward. But Xanth 32 is an improvement over the last 2 novels, and I'm hoping that maybe this indicates an upward trend. But at the same time, the later novels are nowhere near as good as the earlier novels, and I think at some point, he's just got to stop writing Xanth. So if you want to read a Xanth novel, don't start with 2 to the 5th. Don't start with any of the novels that were published within the last 10, 15 years or so. Start with The Spell for Chameleon. That's the first one, and it's definitely one of the best ones. I'll see you next time.